Pokemon has quite a few good designs, I'd say. Quite a few very glamorous or just overall cool designs. And usually they have very good stats attached to them, like Mega Frostlass, maybe Ninetales. Good abilities are just good stats overall. Others, however, don't have this privilege. Some Pokemon have very good designs, but they have very bad stats, or they have very bad abilities that make them unusable, really, in a competitive matchup. And I feel bad for these Pokemon. They had good designs, but they got ruined by their own ability, their stats, or just their move pool overall. So let's go over these Pokemon. Let's see how we can make them better. Let's see how we can fix these Pokemon. Heatmore is a disappointment to say the least. It's very cool design-wise. It's an anteater with an exhaust pipe as a tail, with clawed hands, and a fiery design on its belly. It's genuinely pretty cool idea. This is a very good Pokemon, design-wise and concept-wise, but stat-wise it is subpar. Its defenses are abhorrent. Its move pool doesn't... Well, it's not a bad move pool. It could do better with better moves if it had those better stats. And its abilities are lackluster, to say the least. So how do we fix Heatmore? Well, first of all, I think it's too fast. Yeah, it's slow as shit. It's slower than X-Cloud. And that's not fun. You don't want to be slower than X-Cloud, but if we're gonna have that slow speed, we'd rather be slower and have more bulk. So focus more on this bulk, give it maybe 88 in HP in both defenses, and give it 40 in its speed. I think that's just a better spread overall. Attack, make it hit less hard. It doesn't need 97 attack, especially as a fire type. You'd really want a lower attack stat for a higher special attack stat. With these stats, it's a lot slower, it's a lot bulkier, and it hits a lot harder. I think this should make it not viable in higher up leagues, but at least usable to some extent. The Dene is... well, it's cute, and it has, like I said, that good design elements, despite being a Pikachu clone, but overall it is pathetic. It's physically weak, it's especially not good enough, and its speed is its only good stat at 101. Both Pixelate and Galvanize are very good abilities for this. Well, they're good abilities on anything, but especially in Dedenne where it's not doing enough damage overall. Pixelate gives it a better Fairy type option, and Galvanize gives it better Electric type option, and I think that's a good idea for this thing. I also think making it physically weaker and focusing less on its defenses allows me to give it more special attack and a teeny bit more speed to hit that 105 speed benchmark. This allows it to outspeed stuff like Garchomp, and if you can get a good attack with Pixelate on Garchomp, you're getting a KO, probably, most of the time at least. Luxray is so cool conceptually as an X-Ray Lynx Lion Bobcat, and it's cool design wise because it delivers on that edgy, somewhat light based look, but stat wise this thing was screwed over before it even hit the games it came to. With low speeds and not good enough bulk, it's not staying on the field long enough for it to do much. Its attack's good, but it's an electric type, so its stab's not very good in that regard. Its best, as of right now, is Supercell Slam, but you don't want to use that because if you miss, you're going to lose half your HP, and its other electric physical stab is Wild Charge, which isn't doing enough damage for its repercussions of you losing HP through recoil. The Psychic type would not be lost on Luxray. Sure, it only has two Psychic type moves, I think, those being Zen Headbutt and Psychic Fangs, but this makes way more sense than the Dark type because it's just an X-Ray Lynx, and Psychic Fangs stab feels pretty good for the types that Luxray can't really hit for super effective damage. Stat wise, I think giving it a small increase to attack and its defenses, whilst absolutely filleting its special attack to make its speed usable, is a good idea for this thing. You want a fast attacker, and because it's physical, you want it to do slightly more damage than it's already doing, and you want it to stay on the field slightly longer than it already is. So more bulk, more speed, slightly more attack and a lot less special attack. Luxray's abilities aren't all bad. Intimidate's good. It gives you more physical bulk against stuff like Dragonite and, say, Incineroar, but you'd rather be doing more damage with your ability rather than making your opponent do less damage. Guts is very good. I think it's probably the best ability to run on your Luxray. And then Rivalry is just abhorrent. You don't want Rivalry at all. So I've proposed this ability, Plasma Eyes. Plasma Eyes boosts the damage of moves by 30% if your opponent has a stat boost. This makes Luxray have a niche against boosted attackers. You can switch in and hit them with a super effective attack, effectively probably KOing them. This will be good against maybe Dragon Dancers and Pokemon with stamina like the Arch Bridge Dragon that I do not want to pronounce. Banette is epic. Banette is a puppet. Well, it's a puppet. It's a ghostly puppet teddy thing. That's pretty cool. And then its Mega. Its Mega is just as cool, if not even better, with all these zippers opened, showing off its purplish body parts. It sucks. It's an awful Mega. Mega Banette is abhorrent in every regard. Mega Banette suffers in the way Luxray does, in the fact that its stab is too focused on its special side, so instead of making it a physical attacker, make it a special attacker with the same attacking stat. 165 special attack is a lot better for ghost types than 165 base attack, and with the speed, 136 speed, that's very fast actually. You're outspeeding a lot of the Pokemon like Garchomp, which just is better overall. You want to be outspeeding these fast Pokemon who can KO you in one turn so that you can KO them in one turn instead. Also, Prankster sucks on Mega Banette. You don't want to be running Prankster because that's more of a supporting ability when you wouldn't be doing as much damage as possible. So instead I propose Soul Eater as an ability. Soul Eater lowers your opponent's special defense every time you attack it and raises your own special defense in turn. This gives Mega Banette some bulk to work with on the special side after it's attacked, and even with those lower special defensive and HP stats, that special defense boost could maybe help it survive at least one attack. I love Drapion as much as I love Luxray, and if anything I love Drapion more, and it's not bad in any regard. You can use this very well in a playthrough I've seen, but you don't get a lot of viable use out of it, to be honest. Drapion has good stats, but they're not good enough, to be honest. 70 HP isn't a bad HP stat. That's what Aggron and Skarmory have. They're very good defensive Pokemon, but when you have 75 special defense and 110 base defense, while your stats aren't abhorrent, they're not good enough. The thing with Aggron is that it has 180 defense in its base form. 110 isn't getting enough done with 70 HP. Combined with your under 100 attack, and I don't think this is a good enough stat spread to justify using over anything else. Sure, you have one weakness in ground types, but you're not doing enough to justify being used. I think Drapion would benefit from more defensive prowess. 90 special defense, 85 HP, and 115 defense. That feels better than 110 defense, 75 special defense, and 70 HP, I think it was. And in turn, just make it slower. I don't think it needs 95 speed. I don't think it needs that at all, to be honest. Yeah, just make it defensively better. Give it 10 more attack, or 15 more attack even, and this should be better overall for Drapion. Give it Scorpion Tail as an ability, I think. This is probably better than Battle Armor or Shell Armor or whatever it already has. You're just able to badly poison your opponent even if they're poison or steel type on your first attack. This just makes it so much easier to take out opponents because their longevity is just absolutely ruined. this should make it quite a bit better, I think. I do hope this would help Drapion. It is one of my favourite Pokemon of all time. It's mainly why it's on this list. I think these changes, whilst not over the top, should at least give it some niche in spreading toxic and, well, wall breaking capabilities. That's all I have for today. If you have other Pokemon that you think fit this criteria, or if you have Pokemon that you absolutely love that just suck competitively, leave them in the comments for me. I'll make another video on this topic because this video is pretty fun to make.